Hi there, I'm Arthur, and this is a Pacifist review of the mod Moon and Star for Skyrim Special Edition. Originally uploaded for old Skyrim in March of 2014, this is a relatively well-known mod. It's fairly small, but in my opinion quite lovely little quest mod involving what happened to a certain character vital to Elder Scrolls lore. And when I say lore, I don't just mean, obscure books from the Imperial Library. I mean crucial lore that Elder Scrolls players will know about and take it interesting. And while there are some details that may not fit 100% with established lore, this is a really, really good idea and a story that Elder Scrolls veterans are likely to enjoy. There are several paths to completing the quest and choices to be made that can have a very, very big impact on your character. Those consequences may not be to everybody's taste, but I for one applaud them. Even if there are always some people who would like to see certain other people dead, wanton killing of NPCs in a game should have meaningful repercussions, in my opinion. As for pacifist potential, well, despite how the mod begins by asking you to take out a very powerful criminal, just play along with it, and you'll find that several times over, although the quest's text sometimes appears to lead you towards violence, the mod in no way forces you to go through with that. Towards the end of the mod, you will have to defeat or help defeat at least one drummer construct, though, but honestly, that really amounts to dismantling a few machines. And other than that, it's actually 100% completable as a pacifist. So yeah, pacifist approved mod, Moon and Star. Just be aware that not every NPC will appreciate that solution either. Remember how initially you were asked to take out a criminal? As a real pacifist, I'm sure you've got your illusion and your stealth skills ready, right? Also, well, where the previous quest mod that I reviewed, The Forgotten City, presented a really, really interesting mystery, I'd say this mod features basically a dungeon and a few other small quests, but a dungeon with a few really cool puzzles. I mean, I'm not generally that fond of puzzles, to be honest, but for this mod I will make an exception. It really was well done. One of the puzzles involves putting things into a chest rather than the opposite, and I totally screwed up that first puzzle, but that was alright. It did bring on a totally unnecessary and somewhat challenging fight, actually, but it didn't stop me from advancing the quest. And as for the final puzzle, it was just easy enough that even I could figure it out without using the walkthrough, but challenging enough that it took some thinking and some experimenting. Speaking of rewarding, by the way, you also have a choice in the department of rewards for this mod as well. My character Lilia Starblaze opted for a weapon loss scene in Morrowind that has a rather overpowered access to invisibility when sneaking. But together with a muffle spell, this is actually one of the items that proved immensely beneficial in later quest mods that required stealth abilities, and is also basically what's allowed this character, who's essentially more of a destruction mage, to test non-violent approaches in other mods, just for the sake of science and for these reviews. So, pacifist potential is absolutely excellent for the quest, and it is really good. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for pacifist potential. As for sort of the final general verdict, it's sweet, but maybe a little bit short. Some players would fault the mod for one of the possible outcomes of it, or even maybe the basic premise of the mod, which I'm not going to spoil. I mean, the lore-wise thing here, but I think I can't give it the sort of overall 10 out of 10 mark that I did with The Forgotten City, just because it's not that groundbreaking. So as a general verdict, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 probably, but it's definitely something to check out if you haven't played it, and especially if you want to do a pacifist run.
Next time you drop by, I'll have some septums for you.
Hello. I'm Albert, and this is my best friend, Meat. Say hi, Meat. Me and Meat are playing a pocket dance. See, The whole world was apocalypsed by giant mushroom people. And now me and Meat have to save the world by finding the 3 dogs! Yeah! Just find my 3 stuffed dogs and give them to me, and then we can stop the apocalypse!